And I think too, there's this assumption that naturalists are open-minded and scientific, and people who believe in spiritual explanations for things are just all touchy-feely and not really dealing with the science. But at some point in people's articles, when they argue for a naturalistic position, like Susan Blackmore, she says in the very kind of introduction, she'll say, well, obviously, science tells us that there's no afterlife, that when you
Yeah.
die, you die.
Yeah.
And I say, no, wait a minute, you hadn't even looked at it yet. And you're saying that this is the obvious scientific position. I disagree with this. People that were studying them, Moody and others, were very well trained in the sciences. And how can you just say that it's so obvious? Kevin Nelson, in his book, The Spiritual Doorway in the Brain, he acts so scientific. But then towards the end, he says, this is the most extraordinary claim in all of science that people are 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 alive, consciousnesses are alive after death. I
Mhm.
mean, he just thinks it's ridiculous. Then you look at the end of the New Science of Death article in The Guardian, and he says, last couple of paragraphs there, he says, meanwhile, in parts of the culture where enthusiasm is reserved not for scientific discovery in the world, but for absolution or benediction in the next, the spiritualists, along with sundry other kooks and grifters, oh my goodness, we're kooks and grifters.